Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I am Kuku Lungalang. The headlines. Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangnupom urges to achieve complete COVID-19 vaccination in Nagaland before Christmas. Defence Minister commissions INS Visakhapatnam at Naval Dockyard in Mumbai, says India's defence sector is becoming more self-reliant. Rengma Youth to conduct Teminu Demand Walkathon on November 23rd. And Nagaland reports 10 new cases of COVID-19 and 5 recoveries as tally surges to 32,050. As India achieved the milestone of vaccinating 100 crore people against COVID-19, All India Radio salutes all the people, doctors, nurses and others who have made this possible. Even though the country has achieved this feat, we caution our listeners that the battle against COVID is not over yet. We appeal to our listeners to get vaccinated at the earliest and also to help others get vaccinated. During the festival season, please follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 6 feet for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075 and State Helpline number 1800-345-0019. And now the news in detail. Nagaland Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangnupom has urged officials of the Health and Family Welfare Department to achieve complete COVID-19 vaccination in the state before Christmas. He said this during the review meeting yesterday with district officials on COVID-19 vaccination at the conference hall of the Health and Family Welfare Department, Kohima. Pangnu said that the state was second highest in terms of fatality rate and lowest in vaccination coverage. He therefore cautioned that Nagaland could be looking at another lockdown in the long run if vaccination targets are not met, stating that the reasons for low vaccination coverage were mainly for hesitancy because many people are misguided and misinformed by unseen and seen elements. The minister advised the district officials to seek the help of church leaders, NGOs, civil society organizations, and other organizations to address the problem. Principal Secretary Amardeep S. Bhatia also mentioned that it is time to go beyond awareness and implement more intensive response. In a major boost to the Indian Navy, INS Visakhapatnam was commissioned today by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh at the Naval Dockyard in Mumbai. It is the first stealth-guided missile destroyer ship of Project 15B and a crucial step for the Navy to demonstrate its indigenous capability to build complex combat platforms. The destroyer is capable of enhancing the Navy's capacity and firepower to battle threats by a margin. The event marked the formal induction of the first of the 4 Visakhapatnam-class destroyers into the Indian Navy. Speaking on the occasion, Singh said that India's defence sector is becoming more self-reliant. The Defence Minister also assured to give all support to the Navy's future endeavours. The commissioning of INS Visakhapatnam reaffirms India's presence among an elite group of nations with the capability to design and build advanced warships. Propelled with combined gas and gas propulsion, INS Visakhapatnam carries a speed of over 30 knots. The ship has the capacity of embarking 2 integrated helicopters to further extend its reach. It is processed with a very high level of mechanization, which includes a combat management system and integrated platform management system. The Rengma Selozi RSZ will be conducting a walkathon from Teminu to Kohima on 23rd of this month in solidarity with the long-standing aspiration for creation of a separate Teminu district. It is in pursuant to the resolutions adopted during the RSZ Executive Council meeting held on 11th November. A release issued by RSZ President Kenneth Kath informed that the walkathon is being organized to implore upon the state government to expedite the process for creation of Teminu district and to register their displeasure over lapse of 73 years despite the creation of Teminu Bench Court in 1948, which has remained a subdivision till date. He said that the walkathon will be flagged off at 58-kilometer milestone Teminu at 3 a.m., after which participants will proceed to Kohima and culminate at Naga Solidarity Park Kohima, where a public reception will be held. This news comes to you from All India Radio Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on our YouTube channel, AIR News Kohima. Nagaland today reported 10 new positive cases of COVID-19, taking the tally to 32,050. The state also recorded 5 recoveries, taking the recovered cases to 30,173. Both the fresh infections and recoveries for the day were from Dimapur district. The death toll remained unchanged at 679, with no casualty reported. Currently, there are 126 COVID-19 cases in the state. Over 116.50 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. In the last 24 hours, more than 67 lakh 25,000 vaccine doses were administered. Over 10,000 new COVID-19 cases were reported in the last 24 hours, while over 12,000 people recovered. 313 people lost their lives during the period. Till now, more than 3.39 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. The Union Health Ministry said that COVID recovery rate in the country now stands at 98.30%, which is the highest since March last year. India's active caseload stands at over 1,22,000, which is lowest in 532 days. Over 10,74,000 COVID tests were conducted yesterday. So far, 63.16 lakh tests have been conducted in the country. The 6th edition of Indo-France Joint Military Exercise, Aix-Shakti 2021, has commenced at the Military School of Draguignan, France. The Indian Army contingent is being represented by a composite team of 3 officers, 3 junior commissioned officers, and 37 soldiers from a battalion of Gorkha Rifles and support arms. The training so far has focused on aspects of joint planning, mutual understanding of conduct of operations, and identification of coordination aspects required for jointly operating in a counter-terrorism environment under United Nations mandate. The contingent, apart from joint training, went to visit Mazargues War Cemetery in Marseille, where 1,002 Indian soldiers of the First World War have been cremated. The Indian and French contingents together presented a guard of honor and paid their homage to commemorate the valor of the fallen bravehearts. World Television Day is being observed today. CEO Prasar Bharati Shashi Shekhar Vempati in a tweet said, "This World Television Day also makes a major transition to Doordarshan as it bids adieu to the era of analog terrestrial TV transmission and takes steps towards direct-to-mobile terrestrial broadcasting." Doordarshan News Director General Mayank Agarwal also extended his greetings on the occasion. He said, as India's public broadcaster, Doordarshan is proud to have led the movement of bringing the world to everyone's homes. In December 1996, the United Nations General Assembly proclaimed 21st November as World Television Day, commemorating the date on which the first television forum was held in 1996. Employees Provident Fund Organization EPFO has added around 15.41 lakh net subscribers during the month of September this year. Out of the total 15.41 lakh net subscribers, around 8.95 lakh new members have been registered for the first time, and around 6.46 lakh net subscribers exited but rejoined EPFO by changing their jobs. Age group of 22 to 25 years has registered the highest number of net enrollments with 4.12 lakh additions during September. And now the headlines once again. Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangnupom urges to achieve complete COVID-19 vaccination in Nagaland before Christmas. Defense Minister commissions INS Vishakhapatnam at Naval Dockyard in Mumbai, says India's defense sector is becoming more self-reliant. Rengma Youth to conduct Temenu Demand Walkathon on November 23rd. And Nagaland reports 10 new cases of COVID-19 and 5 recoveries as tally surges to 32,050. This is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Have a pleasant night.